Hey everybody, welcome back to another Monday Musings. So today is January 16th, and so I am going to share from January 16th to January 22nd. So, one of the things to remember is that we are still in Mercury retrograde, but on Wednesday it will finally come to an end. So, for those of you who have been really struggling in this Mercury retrograde, it will be coming to an end. And so, I'm sure that people are super excited. So, we are in the apparently I don't even know how to speak. So we are in the last quarter moon phase energy that started on Saturday. And so this is where we actually get to see an abundance of our crops and like what it is that we planted at the beginning of the last new moon. So we're actually moving forward into a new moon soon. And so, but we're actually still in that same moon cycle that we were in previously. And so, very quickly, after we move out of that last quarter moon energy, moon phase energy, is that we then move into the waning crescent, which is also called the balsamic moon. And so, one of the things in terms of so the new moon, the first quarter, the full moon, and the last quarter is that there's always 3 days before, 3 days after of that energy. So we're still, even though it was Saturday that we were in that last quarter moon energy where it was at that last quarter, then then it kind of moves through that phase. And so really important for us to be able to so we're combining these two energies. So we're releasing all that no longer serves us, but at the same time we're in the balsamic moon, which is that moon of surrender. This is when we're like letting go. And so for anybody who uses the expression let go and let God, right? So let go and let the universe, let go and let whatever that higher being is this is a really good time for us to be able to kind of go through that release and surrender and just letting go of all the things. And so we're still in the Scorpio water moon energy. So water moons are always emotional. And so those are some things that we need to remember as well. And so when we are in Scorpio, one of the things that tends to come up for a lot of us is us showing up with that energy that like Scorpio is from that animal that stings you, right? So sometimes some of the things that come up are some of the things that come up that we need to address or that we need to deal with are things that we tend to push aside. And so water moon or Scorpio water moon tends to bring up some of those things that we need to really focus on. And so then tomorrow we're going to move into a void moon. So void moon is when we've got the two aspects. So between, in this particular case, is between Scorpio water energy and the Sagittarius fire energy, that there's this like void, this in between where neither of the two aspects are actually reflecting on either one. And so when we're in a void moon, it's really important for us to, if we can, be able to just take time for ourselves. And so in this particular quarter, in this particular not quarter, in this particular day, so on Tuesday, is it's going to be a very short void moon. So sometimes it can be longer, it can be over a couple of days, or it can be very short. So in this case, it's from like 9:25 a.m. until 12:32 p.m. Eastern time on Tuesday, and then we're going to shift into the fiery energy of Sagittarius. So fire energy moons are always very fiery and impulsive and passionate. And so, in particular, Sagittarius energy is about travel and study and freedom. It's about the great cosmic quest and religion and higher education. So that's what it is that's coming up for us with the Sagittarius moon that starts on Tuesday afternoon, and then Wednesday all day we're going to be in that energy, and then we're going to move out of that energy into the into another void moon on Thursday. And so when we're in that void moon, again, try not to make any decisions for yourself. So it's going to be from 5 a.m., 5:08 a.m. until 2:11 p.m. Eastern time. And so really important for us to not start anything big during that time. So it's or important for us not to sign any papers. And because it's a short void moon, if you can just wait and delay it until the afternoon, then that is something that is really helpful as well. And then we're going to move into the Capricorn earth energy. So earth energy is always down to earth, and it's always about being grounded and practical and stable. And in particular, Capricorn moons is when and they are the most ordered. And so we actually started off the year in a Capricorn, in that Capricorn energy. And so this is where it's the most ordered, it's the most ambitious. But the other thing about Capricorn moons is that they remember that Rome wasn't built in a day, and that is really important as well. And so then Friday, we then move into, we're going to stay in that balsamic energy and then Capricorn energy. And so we're going to be in that soothing. So Capricorn earth energy. So this is the time for healing and soothing and surrendering and emptiness. And so we're also adding that surrender energy from the balsamic moon phase as well. And so then we then move into to Saturday. So within Saturday, we're going to have another short void moon. And so it's going to be from 10:52 a.m. Eastern time until 1:29 p.m. Eastern, where we then move into the Aquarius energy. So Aquarius energy is all in our head. So air energy is that thoughts, and there's not a whole lot of feeling that's going on because we're like very quickly going and stuck in our heads. But Aquarius energy is where we actually get to come up with some creativity and some thinking outside of the box, and doing things that wouldn't necessarily be the norm. And so this is a really good time that if you've been like stuck on a project or that you haven't been able to kind of figure out like solutions, this is a really good time for us to be able to do that. And so we're going to end the week in that Aquarius moon energy because we've started on Saturday, but on Saturday at 3:53 p.m., we also have another new moon. So we're going to have a new moon in Aquarius. And so that whole lunar cycle, so that from new moon to new moon, means that we're actually going to be in that Aquarius energy that is going to carry us and propel us forward. So again, remembering 3 days before, 3 days after is that new moon energy. So although the actual new moon where it is completely darkened is at 3:53 p.m. Eastern time, you may feel some of the effects or some of the energies of that 3 days before and 3 days after. And so that will actually carry you into the new year with that, into the new week with that new moon energy. And so then from the new moon, we also then move into that waxing crescent moon, which is setting intentions. So I never set intentions on the precise moment of the new moon. I always wait 24 hours. That is just my thing. So although I'll do my prep stuff around the new moon and get all those things going and set, but my actual intention when I actually set my intention is within 24 hours. So then it allows me to be able to just really stay in that energy of releasing and quiet and that start of new beginnings. And so if you follow it with regards to your menses, your menstrual cycle is when you actually start your menstruation cycle. And so that is that new moon. So if you actually follow your own moon cycle, then that's also really important. But for those of us who no longer have a moon cycle for whatever reason, so whether it's like me, where it is was a medical procedure or it is part of menopause, then following the cycles of the moon is really important. But if you still have your own cycles, then follow the cycles of your lunar cycle. So, but also there's that collective energy of the new moon and stuff as well. So that is where we are for this week. And I will chat with all of you guys later and have a fabulous week. Bye for now.